En esta lección vamos a revisar las conjugaciones de los mandatos de tu negativo. It's talking about negative commands. So this is where you're telling someone not to do something as opposed to doing something. So an affirmative command would be tu afirmativo, and negative is tu negativo. So don't run, don't walk, don't whatever, as opposed to do run, do walk, or etc. Tu negativo, usted, nosotros y ustedes. Las conjugaciones de los mandatos de tu negativo, usted, nosotros y ustedes, son iguales a las conjugaciones correspondientes del presente del subjuntivo. Así que también tienen los mismos verbos irregulares. So basically, to find the conjugations of the tu negative, usted, nosotros, and ustedes commands, we are just looking for the conjugation of the subjunctive that corresponds with the given subject. Alright, so para formar las conjugaciones de los mandatos, tenemos que revisar las conjugaciones del presente del subjuntivo. So las conjugaciones de los verbos regulares del presente del subjuntivo. Entonces, para formar las conjugaciones, la primera cosa que tienes que hacer es tienes que encontrar la forma de yo del presente. So find the yo form in the present. Número 2, se quita la o. So then you're going to get rid of the o from the end of the yo form. And se usa las siguientes terminaciones. Tenemos los verbos que terminan en AR y los verbos que terminan en ER o IR. So las terminaciones de los verbos que terminan en AR son es, hemos, es, y en. So remember, it's kind of like you're going to reversing, you're flipping the endings. So the AR verbs are kind of taking the ER verb endings, and then the ER and IR verbs will take the normal AR verb endings from the present tense. So las terminaciones de los verbos que terminan en ER o IR son a, as, a, amos, ais, y am. So again, these look a lot like the AR verb endings in the present tense, so you're just sort of flip-flopping them. Ahora vamos a hacer un repaso de los verbos irregulares del presente del subjuntivo. And because these will be the same as the commands that we're going to be reviewing, this will be the verb forms for the corresponding verb forms of tu negative, usted, nosotros y ustedes. So tenemos los 6 verbos irregulares: dar, de, desde, demos, desden, estar, estés, estemos, estés, estén, haber, haya, hayas, haya, hayamos, hayáis, hayan, ir, vaya, vayas, vaya, vayamos, vayáis, vayan, y saber, sepa, 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 sepamos, sepáis, sepan, y ser, sea, 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 seamos, seáis, sean. So again, we're looking at these two negative, this will be the conjugation, usted, nosotros, y ustedes, for those command forms. Ahora estamos listos para revisar algunos ejemplos de las conjugaciones de los mandatos de tu negativo, usted, nosotros y ustedes. Tenemos el infinitivo, hablar, la forma de tu negativa, no hables, usted, hable, nosotros hablemos, ustedes hablen. So remember that only as the to form has a different conjugation for the negative and affirmative command. Usted, nosotros, y ustedes. It doesn't matter if they're negative or affirmative, it's going to be the same conjugation. So verbo comer, no comas, usted coma, nosotros comamos, y ustedes coman. Verbo ser, no seas, because remember ser is irregular. No seas, usted sea, nosotros seamos, ustedes sean. Y el verbo dormir, tu negativo, no duermas. So remember, you're going to maintain that stem change, right, of O to UE. Usted duerma, nosotros durmamos. So remember that verbs that are stem changed in the present that end in IR have that additional stem change in the nosotros form of the present subjunctive. So like dormir is dormamos. And then verbs like pedir, for example, are pidamos. So they have the E to I stem change that is maintained throughout the entire conjugation. Y por fin tenemos duerman en la forma de ustedes. Right, algo especial ocurre con los mandatos afirmativos de los verbos reflexivos en la forma de nosotros. So this will only happen with reflexive verbs in the nosotros form. So para formar las conjugaciones de nosotros de verbos reflexivos en mandatos afirmativos, se quita la S de la conjugación antes de añadir el pronombre reflexivo. So at the end of the conjugation, right, for example, hablemos, comamos, you're going to drop that S at the end before adding the reflexive pronoun to the end of the conjugation. So algunos ejemplos. Número 1, levantémonos. So levantarse is the verb, it's reflexive. So we've got levantemos. So this S that would normally go right here, we're getting rid of, and we're just adding the reflexive pronoun to the end of it. So levantémonos. So we also need here an accent over the E to maintain the proper pronunciation of the conjugation. So levantémonos. Ejemplo número 2. Hablémonos. So hablen, hablar is the infinitive. Hablemos would be the conjugation, dropping the S off the hablemos and adding the nos. So hablémonos. So this will hold true for all affirmative conjugations of nosotros commands. So again, this does not happen in the negative commands, because with the negative commands you're going to have to put the reflexive pronoun in front of the conjugated verb. Ahora vamos a revisar ejemplos en las oraciones completas. Número 1, no llegues tarde. Don't arrive late. So llegues es la conjugación de tu negativo. So again, remember with the cargar usar verbs ending in cargar usar have those stem change in the present subjunctive. So of course that carries over into commands, and these commands are just the subjunctive with the exception of the two affirmative commands. So la conjugación es llegues. So número 2 tenemos dénoslo. So that means give it to us. So give, you all. So you're speaking to more than one person because you're using the ustedes command. It, to us. So remember, if there's any reflexive direct or indirect object pronouns, you must attach them to the end of affirmative commands. And then you also need that accent, right, to maintain the proper pronunciation of the conjugation. Dénoslo. Ejemplo número 3, tenemos no me digas. So la conjugación tu negativo, digas. You may have heard this expression. It's like means like don't tell me, like don't like I don't believe it. No me digas. So literally, don't tell me, don't tell it to me. So no me digas. So la conjugación digas de tu negativo. So noten que como es un mandato negativo, el pronombre de complemento tiene que estar antes de haber conjugado. So again, you got to put that any pronouns, direct or indirect object pronouns or reflexive pronouns, in front of the conjugated verb because it's a negative command. Número 4, páseme la sal. So pasar means to pass. So this means pass me the salt. So notice that I've used an usted command. So maybe you're talking to, an adult at the table that you don't know very well. So you're using the polite way of address. So páseme la sal. Right. So again, we've got the object pronoun attached to the end of the conjugation, which then is going to require the accent over the a in the conjugation. So estos son algunos ejemplos en oraciones completas. Y ahora sabes formar las conjugaciones de los mandatos de tu negativo, usted, nosotros y ustedes.